So in this video, we're going to be talking about our opponent's weight distribution in the 50-50 position. Again, we talked about 50-50 just being a guard like any other guard, and it's important to understand that in any guard that you're playing, you should be seeing the opponent's weight distribution. Where are they placing their weight so that we can attack accordingly? If I'm just guessing and throwing sweeps out there, I might get lucky, I might not. But if I can tell where is their weight and then I can exploit that by attacking the side where their weight is, I'm going to be getting lucky a lot more of the times, let's say, because I understand where their weight is and I can attack accordingly. So where can we place our weight in the 50-50, all right? So if I'm in the 50-50 here and my opponent is going to be attacking me, there's essentially 3 places that I can place my weight. And the first one that we're going to talk about is where I'm driving my weight onto this front leg, all right? So as I step, I can drive my weight forward onto my opponent. I might be grabbing his head, his collars, anything like this.
But this would be conceptually wrong for the person on top, right?
Yeah, this is definitely not a very strong reaction because I'm giving my opponent my weight. I'm placing it all into this leg that he is locking in on. So this is not a super good idea, I would say.
But it still happens. It's important that when this happens, we're reacting to it by doing a sweep where we're attacking this lead leg rather than the far leg.
100%. And so if you didn't understand this concept, you might be doing a sweep where you would attack the more common reaction when a player is putting their weight on their back leg more. And when they're on the front leg, those sweeps don't work. Those attacks don't work because their weight is on the front leg. And so what he has to do is exploit my weight on this side and attack accordingly. Now, if I shift my weight,
if he shifts his weight, now if I try to do any sweep where I'm attacking the lead leg, he's just not going to go anywhere. And I'm left thinking, oh, this sweep doesn't work. But in fact, we have to be aware of where their weight is. So if Danny shifts his weight to the back leg, now my system, my approach changes so that all my sweeps target the back leg. And that's going to end up with me being a lot more successful than if I'm just throwing caution at the wind, just trying random sweeps at random times. So there's weight on the lead leg. We have a system for that. There's weight on the back leg. We have a whole system for that as well. And then there's one more posture where they can have their weight evenly distributed between their leg. And our opponent's going to do that by deadlifting up. So when my opponent deadlifts up, they're putting the weight on their feet, and now they're posturing away from us. So to approach this kind of stance, we're going to have to change our model once again and attack this differently than the other 2. So there's 3 stances we're looking out for. There's when they're putting the weight on the lead leg, weight on the back leg, and then when they have weight on both legs and their shoulders are up. Okay, so their weight is right over their
trying
to go up. All right, and so we have to systematically approach the 50-50 in this way. Another thing to be mindful of is my opponent, if they know how to apply the concepts of passing correctly, they're going to be trying to lock their knee in. Okay, so we're constantly fighting also this battle to open up the knee, to have our knee free, and we're going to be going into detail about that. But them being able to distribute the weight to the back leg is largely predicated on them internally rotating this lead leg so that I can't put the weight back on this lead leg. So as long as they're closing their knee, chances are their weight's on the back leg. So this is a large part of how we approach guard on bottom for the 50-50 is whether their knee is closed or open as well.
And notice how it's not possible for me really to be putting my weight on this leg without allowing it to externally rotate. So if I drive my weight onto this leg, notice how my knee points to the opposite direction. It starts rotating externally, which is going to allow him to attack the opening of my hip.
And this is why as a passer, you don't want to do this, right?
The last thing that we're just going to talk about is to summarize, if my weight is on the lead leg, that's where he's going to attack. If my weight is on the back leg, this is where he's going to attack. And now if my weight is distributed evenly, well, now he can't attack the front leg or the back leg, but I'm also stuck in the mud. So that means my opponent is free to move around me. And at any point, if I take that step to try to face him, all my weight shifts and down I'll go. All right? And vice versa, if I try to go the other way, to follow him as he's moving around me, I have to move one of my legs, placing all the weight on the opposite leg.
So in summary, when we're playing guard from bottom 50-50, be aware of where our opponent weight is, which leg, where's their stance, and whether this knee is closed or open.